I'll see you over there. Hey guys, anyone who wants to jump in, feel free to grab a seat, call in.
I'm back.
Hey, yo, so long since I saw you.
Yeah? What you been doing?
Busy. I'm actually in the middle of, oh, did you just do what Brittany did?
A notification for Blab just popped up and I've seen the X and my mind just seen X and then I pressed my screen X instead of the notification X.
Yeah.
Yeah, my bad. It's okay. So are you also part of the team of the 12A, Tristan?
No, I'm just pretty much live on this platform, so I'm in front of my computer all the time. So
fair enough. So you've been here since day one almost?
I haven't actually been here for as long as people think I have, but I did spend a solid 24 hours on Blab researching the platform because obviously we teach and train people, so we know most things there are to know about the platform. So if people are stuck, hold up, Stephen's just called me on another Blab. What does he want? So obviously with the app mentions and stuff, he's called me over.
Mm-hmm. Are you going to go over there, are you?
Hold on one sec.
Daniel, jump on. I know you're probably tired, but here's some words of wisdom.
So hold on one sec, Adam. I'm just going to jump on.
Okay. Yeah, Big Cork. What was your name again, Big Cork? BKW. We were talking the other night. Try jump on now. You weren't able to jump on last time, were you? You go get a beer. Actually, that's not a bad idea. 12 o'clock at night, I might go grab a beer as well. No, wait. That's just silly. Hello? Yeah, I reckon. It's beer time. It's definitely beer time. Wait, did you say it's 12? It's 12 p.m. Well, actually, it's 12:07 a.m. now. And it's probably bedtime, but I reckon a beer would always be helpful. Isn't that right, Christy? It's always that time of the day somewhere in the world. It's always beer time. Even if it is 6 in the morning. That was a pretty cool blab we were just on before, I reckon. It was pretty informational. It's good to see one of the creators out and about and being able to talk to him. Obviously, Tristan knows his stuff as well. It's 5 p.m. It's bourbon time.
Hello.
Hey.
Yeah, I was on Blab way too late last night.
Last night?
Yeah, I was up till 4 in the morning.
God damn. Yeah, actually, I know how you feel.
Yeah. So where are you? You're in Australia too, aren't you?
Yeah, I sure am.
Where?
Perth, Western Australia.
That's what I thought. I thought so. I saw you on a Blab actually this morning.
Did you?
Yeah, because I'm always up with the Aussies.
I'm always up with the Americans.
Always. Yeah.
That's why I'm up at 3 in the morning.
Hey, Will.
Hey, Will.
Christy, how you doing?
Yeah. I was on with Chris Martin last night and a couple of other people, so I was up pretty late.
Pretty cool.
That's cool. Yeah.
You have questions, Will?
I always got questions.
Cool. I probably don't have the answers, but those two do. Even though Tristan might not be paying attention. Who knows?
Christian's just answering someone else's question at the moment.
Yeah.
All right.
So what's your question, Will?
Let me know when you're ready for me. I'll go for it.
Go for it.
Lay it on me, brother.
So when you go to a trade show, you set up your stall, you have the big advert behind you, you collect business cards, and you tell people about what you're doing hard, right? You paid for the booth, and you got to make money.
Yeah.
Yeah? You know that environment?
Yes, absolutely. Are you asking me or
No, just generally, just everybody.
Okay.
Not shooting anybody. And then, you know when your friend calls you around and says, hey, I'm having a dinner party tonight. We're having a housewarming party. Come over. Yeah?
Mm-hmm.
You don't go around there and set up your stall like you did at the trade show and tell everybody.
No.
You know what I'm saying?
No.
So that's what it's like here. We're having a dinner party. We're having a casual conversation.
Yes.
Right. Yes. So where are you getting at with that?
There's some people on here who are trying to sell things to their friends or their supposed friends and pushing hard to make sales instead of making friends. And at a dinner party, you're polite. You say, how are you doing? Nice to meet you.
Yeah.
Where are you from? What do you do? Lovely to meet you as a person, face-to-face, one-on-one, and you're not selling anything. At a trade show, you're pushing hard. This isn't a trade show.
No. But like anywhere, it's always a lot of people are here using this to connect and build their businesses and meet people around the world.
Sure.
Yeah. But if you are doing it on here, you got to go a different way about it rather than just, hi, my name's Adam. Buy my product. I'm going to tell you everything and change your life and make everything better for you. You can't do that.
I'd buy your
buy an
product,
ebook, buy a video course quickly, only $20. You know, these people aren't going to be here very long.
Is that product placement going on down there?
No. Not in this one. Not in this
What
one.
are you trying to sell us? What are you drinking?
I'm drinking a Carlsberg right now.
Just wearing my
That's sponsored by Carlsberg.
Oh, wait, hold on. Let me go get my plexus hat.
Yeah.
There you go. Product placement, baby. Product placement and influence is acceptable. Blatant sales is
just going to
not.
plug my cat.
There we go. That's fine. No problem with that. Product placement is fine.
Mm-hmm.
Blatant sales is not.
No, but I think you've got, on Blab, you do have two different approaches. And also, I think a lot of us have to realize there's a lot of newbies to social media that aren't maybe accustomed to how effective ways can be on different platforms. And so you have people that are just, to me, I kind of give them credit for jumping in. They have no idea what they're doing, and they just jump in with both feet and trying to see what sticks, and I kind of give them credit for that. That takes a lot of boldness.
Just like the previous Blab there.
Yeah.
We're on. She had never been on a Blab ever before, and there she goes on one of the biggest Blabs I've ever seen.
There you go.
Yeah.
So, and I think you're right. I mean, to me, that's why titling your Blab is so important.
Yeah.
And trying to set a tone for your Blab. And there's times when it's appropriate, where it's completely, that's the sole purpose is for pushing your product or promoting your company. And then there's other times where it's just, the times that I think it's inappropriate is, let's say you have somebody new to Blab, they want to ask questions, they need technical help, and then you have people coming in pushing their product. That's completely different. I think that's just rude, personally.
Yeah, it's
the stage of the game.
Yeah.
I mean, it all just comes down to how you want to, how you want to present yourself and how you want to get what you're trying to say across. Like, I'm sure if I told you what I did and it interests you and you asked me about it, that's an organic way of happening. And I don't know if it will. That's that's okay with you, is it, Will?
That's perfect. No problem at all.
Yeah.
If I ask you, hey, Adam, what do you do? I'm interested. Tell me about it. And you give me a 2-minute pitch. I'm like, okay, you're my guy. What do you do? Tell me, Adam. What do you do?
Exactly.
No,
well, I'm
what
a
do you
network.
do?
Oh, what? Yeah, you actually want to know?
You don't know what you do?
Okay.
Come on.
Nah, I forgot. I forgot.
You forgot what you do?
Long.
Dude, you hate yourself. Come on.
No. Okay.
What do you do?
I'm a network marketer, so entrepreneur as well. I'm only young, but starting off, I'm in a company called Genes, one of the leading in stem cell technology, skincare products, and they're currently the fastest growing direct selling association in the world.
It's an MLM, right?
Yeah, multi-level marketing. So,
what level are you at?
Pardon? How old am I?
No, what level are you at in the MLM? You like Ruby?
Well, it's a new early days for this company. We've just hit, or we're just about to tomorrow to hit. It's like executive, so I'm not going to try to talk myself up or whatever. But
no, it's cool.
It's
I'm
early.
I'm asking you.
We've been following a structure where we put a certain amount of people down on our one leg, and then we're going to focus on another leg. So basically, so we're not rank advancing as quickly, but we're building strong foundations for our new people that we're bringing into our team.
It's a massive company you're working for there. It's huge.
Yeah,
how many members globally? You're into the millions already, right?
I wouldn't even be able to tell you that. It's just growing. I think I had like 126,000 or something just last month.
Yeah.
Sorry, that's Blab.
No, sure, but I know the company you're working for quite intimately.
Yeah.
And, you guys are onboarding massively.
Well, we are the fastest company to hit $1 million in sale. It's expected to happen next year. We've done it. We've been around since 2009, and the other company that's been closest to us is 15 years to hit $1 billion in sales in an annual year. So the company's awesome. The products are awesome.
There you go.
And I'm loving it. So, and what do you do, Will? You're in China.
I'm in China. Yeah, I'm a product designer. I design products for big brands.
So is that why you went to China? Because you knew there was a better opportunity over there for you?
Yeah, I was designing my own products. And 9 years ago, I came to China to source my own products, and then we started designing for other people. And we've just grown from there, basically.
Awesome.
Yeah, it's good.
You got a team of people working for you now? Yeah,
we've got like a small team of 16, 17 people. So we've got like designers, engineers, QC guys, production managers, the shipping girls, the admin team. So it's good.
Wow.
Yeah, it's very nice.
That's pretty cool. And you just live in the city there in China, or out in the middle of a bit more remote area?
Yeah, I'm in a small city with about 10 million people.
A small city with 10 million people.
Yeah.
I live in one of the biggest states in Australia with like 8 million people.
There you go. Yeah.
No, yeah. So it's very condensed, is it?
Yeah, everybody's living on top of each other. That's for sure.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. When I go to the restaurants, it's like Street 43, Row 22, Level 12, and you find the restaurant on like aisle 33.
Wow, that's pretty intense. I don't know if I could. I get lost here in the smallest city in Australia, let alone going anywhere else. I was talking to a guy and he lives in America. He's like, yeah, I should drop you off on 45th Street or something like that. It'll take you 5 days to get to the end of the street or find your way out.
Yeah.
I'm just like, yeah, definitely would. Absolutely.
Some big places. Whereabouts are you?
Me?
Yeah, again.
Perth, Western Australia. You know where that is?
No. I have a rough idea where you are, but I've never been there. I've been to Sydney once.
Okay, so I'm on the opposite side of Australia.
I hear you.
To Sydney.
You're on the western side, aren't you?
Yeah.
Like
so Sydney's on that side, and I'm directly across on that side.
Yeah, and Adelaide is in between you, right?
Yeah, it's kind of like they were here, and then Adelaide's kind of like down there-ish.
Yeah.
something like that.
Yeah. I'm trying to map out all the places I'm going to go visit when I
Just
come
go.
to see all my blab friends.
Go all the way around.
Yeah. So I've got Brisbane, Sydney, Melbourne, Adelaide, and Perth.
Yeah.
Oh, it is working. How come it works for Tristan and nobody else?
Yeah, that's what I'd like to know. I was just trying it just to see if it'll work.
Tristan, everybody else that I've been on a blab with,
I don't even have my
including
headset and stuff on.
including myself, when we pop out of the host seat and someone else tries to call in, we cannot get them in the host seat. But yet you can do it every single time. You're just
she's
so
the master.
awesome.
She's the master of persuasion.
Yeah, he is. I know, and I've reported it to Jake, and I reported it to Brittany like 4 days ago. I know, you and your secret.
Okay, I'm going to jump out and let somebody else in now, but we know that he can do it. Why?
Yeah, you just got here.
So
That's just so silly. Remember what Will said. This is like a nice dinner party, and you just like came, ate hors d'oeuvres, and hit the road.
That's right. That's the way I am. I got to have my drinks, and you're not serving.
Yeah, Will, check her purse. I think she's got some food in her purse.
That's a Filipino.
Oh, got to go now. My daughter's calling.
All right, family first. Family first.
All right, see ya.
Nice. Wow, that's the ringtone.
I think that was a setup. She definitely set herself up
I
there.
think so too. It's like going on a date, and you have that friend call. Oh,
Yeah.
I gotta go. Priceless.
No, that's all good. So good. So back to what we were talking about before, I guess. Chilling, chatting, helping blathers. All right, nah, we've changed the topic now. But I was just saying back to Will's comment about using this to push people into things that they don't want to hear, but then they always got the option to get out of it. So
That's true. Yeah. That's true.
Yeah.
Jump on, Daniel, or
Yeah,
whoever.
like I said, I just don't like the hijackers. That you're there for one topic and one purpose, and then people come in and then they just want to promote their stuff, whether from the comments or from the seat.
Yeah.
Exactly.
That's a turnoff to me. It's just poor form. You don't walk into somebody's business meeting that they've invited you to sit in on and start.
Sure, yeah.
Like,
Could you imagine? Could you imagine?
Yeah.
You turn up at your friend's dinner party and you set up your trade show stand. Hey guys, come and buy my ebook. There's a free course over here. Come and buy it. Like, whoever invited you, be like, get the fuck out of here. These are my friends.
Yeah.
Behave yourself.
Yeah. That's one of the things that I like about this. And I guess too, like Meerkat and Periscope, although I don't
Sorry.
Meerkat.
Guy, jump on in. This is a man. Have you met Guy before?
I've seen him, but I don't think I've met him before.
Guy's one to spin the conversation out of control, but
Oh, awesome.
Great. I like an antagonist.
it's definitely a structured conversation in a way. It's very educational. So,
Yeah.
Hey, Guy. Can you hear us, Guy?
Yeah, I can hear you, but I can't figure out why my camera's not. Well, I know why my camera's not working because it's a dinosaur. It's an old Logitech 1.3 megapixel webcam. I think when the Pilgrims came, they had webcams on the Mayflower, and they sold those at yard sales later, and I got one.
Did you used to use that when you used Prodigy?
Prodigy? I never had a Prodigy account. I did the internet came to me in the 90s before Windows 95 when it was Windows. What was it? Windows Networking, Windows for Workgroups or something like that. Yeah, Windows 3.11. There was a guy that worked at the place up north of me. I live out west of Seattle, across the Puget Sound, and they test torpedoes there. It's a Navy base, and they had military access to the ARPANET at that time. Well, when he left work at 5 o'clock, he would leave the modem turned on. So if you knew the number, you could dial in and you could telnet and shell account your way out to the internet. And then there's a company called Eskimo that was up north of Seattle that had more non-military looking interfaces. So you didn't feel like you were hacking the world if you got in there. And so I did that early on when I first started. no webcam needed because there were no pictures. But for some reason, this has always worked before. But I wonder.
See, I told you Guy would come in and structure a conversation out of nowhere.
Yeah.
You were listening the other night, weren't you, Will? To Guy.
Yes, he was. BK
when
Hawk.
When me and Daniel were on, I was on Daniel's account.
Oh, this is when you with
that's Adam. Remember, I remember this. Every time Adam would get off the screen, you go, "Oh, watch it."
Calm down, Guy. You talk too much, dude.
I do. I talk a lot.
You talk so much; it's unbelievable. I
was
I was ripping you a new leg the other night. You had those boys in stitches. Like you honestly, these boys just like sat there politely for
They were
over an hour.
I've checked on leases for garages in Seattle so Adam can make the transition too. So with this car,
I just suddenly realized who I'm talking to, Guy. Get your video sorted out. We need to see what you're talking about.
I don't know
Refresh your browser.
Okay. Let me back up. Let's talk technical for a minute.
Sort your potato out.
The little camera up on the address. Wait a minute. Listen.
Guy, we're waiting for you, mate.
When I click on the camera,
hit
it's
refresh.
up on the address bar that says the page is accessing your microphone, right? No camera option is available. It always shows.
I need to know about two-step authentication. Refresh your browser. I need to know about that.
Refresh the browser. That could be it.
Yeah. Hit refresh. Guy's fantastic. What a dude he is. So I was witness to the whole conversation the night, and I was just in stitches. Absolutely.
Yeah, you were loving it, weren't you?
Oh, dude, you saved me as well. Do you remember that comment I made? I made a few comments, and you like just read the one at the bottom.
Yeah,
you saved me on that one. I could have been.
And then was that you that posted on our Twitter site?
No, not me.
The picture of me and Daniel sitting there saying "patient boys" or something like that.
No, not me. Not me.
No,
they were very polite. You know, you should share that video if you record it. You should show your mom how polite you were, because she probably raised you to be that way, and so she'll be quite proud.
I don't know if my mum will have the patience to sit down for that long to watch.
Well, yeah, just show her just a clip, just like you know when they have a trailer for a movie. Say this is just one of the moments that we were polite, Mom, not the whole thing. She's like that.
Guy,
we still can't see you, Guy.
We still can't see you, but
I know I can't see me either. It's baffling.
We're talking to a black hole right now.
Right. I'm sorry for that, but I don't have a way. Maybe it's
the computer.
Would it be in the control panel? You think?
No, just reboot the whole computer. Just like clear everything.
Did you go to that little camera on the top right next to the star?
I did, and all I see there is. On the camera, when I click on it, it just says, this page is accessing your microphone. Continue allowing Blab IM to access your microphone or always block microphone. And then it shows the drop down of what microphones you have available. And it's either the headset that I have on or stereo mix. I don't know what that is.
What about the camera?
Video as well.
The camera's not even listed. It doesn't even show a camera. And
all right, reboot.
No, just a second. There's something here that says manage media settings. Maybe that's it.
Yeah. Go into manage media settings, and then if that comes up, media exceptions.
You know what I think it is? I think that Google Plus must be stepping on it and taking control of the camera with Google Plus. So let me do a couple of closes because it's got two choices, and the first one is plus.google.com.
Jesus Christ, we could be here forever, guy. Figure it out.
Hey, I never said I was going to be fast doing this. So if you're in
I know everything you do is takes like an hour to figure something.
No, it doesn't take an hour.
I listened to you last night. You were on for like.
Did you take notes? Did you write down anything?
Dude, I got 4 pages from last night.
Oh, good. And I won't have to repeat myself. That'll save us a lot of time then.
If I hear you repeating yourself, I'll ring the bell, okay?
I'm going to go and close. I have some tabs open with Google Plus. Maybe that takes, even though it's not in the Hangout, it might be.
Enrich my life with that knowledge.
It might be that it needs to have it for, just in case, like what if he goes to a Hangout? We need to have the camera. No?
Christy, how you doing?
Well,
No,
she's quieter than I am.
Great.
Oh, she's doing
I
great.
got summoned into another blab, so I've got people tagging over there. No, I'm good. They're not talking about anything interesting. I'm just saying hi.
No, neither are we.
It's like Daniel. It's like Daniel was telling me before, and was on the phone call. He was like, "I'm on a 3-way call talking to 3 people on my mobile. I'm watching 3 people have a conversation on Blab while messaging someone on Facebook and still contacting another person through like Skype."
Yeah. I'm periscoping the whole thing.
It's like, welcome to 2015.
Exactly.
Yeah.
The world of technology.
I did see a Periscope the other day. I intentionally went to this website on Periscope.com, and I saw Daniel, what's his name? Daniel Brown, the real talkative guy from back east. But he was doing a Periscope of one of his revenue streams is he has a farmer's market where people can come in and vend their services and products, and that was pretty good. I don't know that I could really, even though as AWK will say I like to talk, I don't think Periscope would work. I've mulled it over, and I just don't see it being a thing to do. It's too much of a sermonizing thing for me.
Listen, Periscope is the most perfect platform for you because you could talk for like 12 hours a day. And you have an audience.
But I only talk about nothing. I'm medicated. So I don't really make sense sometimes.
Periscope is perfect for you. I'm not sure Blab is the right platform.
No, I've done video conferencing. I used to beta test video conferencing years ago with a fellow from the Philippines. I bumped. In fact, were we on dial-up then? We might have even been on dial-up. It was that long ago. And he was working for a company, wanted to see if this would work. And so he had a type chat, and the type chat worked really good, but it failed miserably with the camera.
Really?
Right. Camera.
What was the reason it failed miserably?
Pardon me?
What was the reason it failed miserably?
The video wasn't enough bandwidth, I suspect. And plus, we had dinosaur antique. I don't remember if I might have been on a 386, maybe a 486 computer. 386 because I was in the dining room, so it was 386. I had an old 386 that had 4 gigs of RAM, 2 gigs of RAM, something like that. Dinosaur days.
I'm surprised you didn't invent it, Guy.
No, I did win a bet once. A guy told me that you can't be on the internet with a Commodore 64. I said, "Oh, really?"
You got on the internet with a Commodore 64.
At 300 baud on the dial-up, yes. Remember the guy I told you about that was at the torpedo testing thing in the military that I could dial in? Once I had the dial-in, I was in. There's a software that was available, Christy, for the Commodore 64. You know what an emulator is? Like when you want to see what your web page looks like on a phone, you get an emulator software in your browser, right? Yeah. Well, they had a program for the Commodore 64 that would emulate a VT100 terminal, which is a Unix terminal prompt. So you got a command prompt.
You making notes, Christy? VT21?
No, not at all.
Commodore 64 has been
dead for decades.
When you look it up someday, when you get bored, VT100 terminal emulation. They probably still have VT100 terminals because it was a rock solid, worked every time.
Guy,
yes,
I have
Christy.
Blab now. I will never be bored again in my life.
Oh, it will come.
Ever.
And you have now.
Anyway, Guy, back to the VT100. Tell me more.
Yeah, the VT100 terminal. It was sort of like, you know what a shell command looks like? Yeah. Where you just have text in a window, and you have to know what you're doing with the commands to type it into the command prompt, and that's how we rolled. So the guy said, "There's no way." So I went to. There's a thing called Oak EDU. Just a second, I got to get that.
I'm surprised he's not talking to us while he's answering the call.
It's too funny.
Both.
Guy's got to be. I'd be worried to call Guy. He'd be on the phone for him for like 10 hours.
I agree.
No, I love his stories.
Sorry,
everything he says is awesome. I could seriously.
No, when you get
probably
get
listen
old,
to Guy all day.
The young people,
that's all right,
world, some of them, obviously not all of them. Some of them will call you and say, "Oh, you've got a 10 o'clock tomorrow. Don't forget."
Yeah.
And that was just one of those.
I've got a question.
Anyway, where was I? Yeah.
I've got a question for you. I need your number one pearl of wisdom for the young folk. If you want to tell the young folk one pearl of wisdom, what would it be? Just one.
Have a plan.
I'm
That's
screwed.
it. That's the pearl. If you don't have a plan, if you just get up in the morning, why did I turn my computer on? What am I going to do? What's the adventure involved? Then your restaurant has no menu. Okay. So have a plan. Yeah. If you're planning to, like, one of the plans I have right now is to find out why the video camera doesn't work in all the times this worked before. So am I blocked? Did I get? Yeah, it's plugged in.
Is it plugged in?
So I don't know. Maybe they've done something and it doesn't let old cameras work anymore. You have to have a USB 3 camera, maybe.
All right, guy.
I couldn't tell you.
I got more question for you.
Okay. You know, I used to have a person work for me. I allowed him 10 questions a day, and she usually would use them up by 10 o'clock. So this is number 2. Go ahead.
Number 2.
But he doesn't work for you, so he has unlimited questions available.
So, Guy.
Yes.
Speaks English.
Your biggest night out.
Biggest night out?
Tell me about your one crazy night.
Okay. In the 70s, you're from overseas, aren't you, Will? You're in Australia or something?
I'm in China, yeah.
Okay. Well, you've heard of the song "Rock Around the Clock," Bill Haley and the Comets, 50s rock and roll. I was a chauffeur for Bill Haley and the Comets. They appeared in Spokane, Washington. They did an event, and I was working as a bouncer at this club. I'm kind of a big guy, and I get mad sometimes too much. But anyway, so the contract came in for this gig, and they said, well, the club had to provide a limousine and a chauffeur to pick Bill Haley up at the airport, bring him to the club, take him back to the hotel, so forth. So they were going, oh, my God, we don't have a limo. What are we going to do? You know, I said, dude, give me 4 tickets. I'll get you a limo. So I went down. The first car dealer I went to had a Pontiac Grand Am, big old, huge, cruiser.
Nice. Yeah.
I said, dude, let me borrow this car for the weekend. Because he's a salesman, right? So what does salesmen drive? They drive demo cars for the delership. He didn't own it. He didn't care. He don't care. Yeah. So he says, yeah, I get 4 tickets? Yeah. So that was the deal. It worked out great except for one thing.
What happened?
The final song of the show, of course, was the big hit Rock Around the Clock. When they start playing the final show of the set of the event, that's when Guy has to go get the car. So I never heard Rock Around the Clock all the way through. I could hear about the first 8 bars of the song, and then poof, I was gone. Had to go. So that was the big night out. That's one I'll always remember. And after 63 years, there's been several, but that's got to be one of the fun ones. Because after the gig, we went up to this guy's house who was having a party, and so you got to sit there and shoot the breeze. You know, you talk to the guy, like the band. I never thought about it, but the band, they all lived all over the country. Like Bill Haley lived in one state, one guy lived in Virginia, another one lived in Pennsylvania, and the manager of the whole thing lived in New York, in Manhattan. Yeah. So they said, well, we're going to play in Spokane, Washington on the date, blah, blah, blah. So somebody had to make all the travel arrangements to have them all be there at the same time on the same weekend to play the gig. I thought it was pretty amazing.
Were you drunk?
No, I went through the drinking stage. I think I was pretty sober back then. There was a time in my life when the Jack Daniels was my best friend. No, I gave that up. Yeah, one time I was in a bar and getting in a fight over a quarter on a pool table. You know how you put up your quarter to be your turn? Yeah. And this guy called me out. He said, no, it's my turn. I said, okay, let's go. Yeah. So James Fox said to me very straight up in my face. He was the bouncer that at this club in South Carolina. And he says, Guy, he says, if you don't quit drinking, they're going to lock you up. It's pure and simple that. Yeah. And it was just like the good Lord, I'm not a preacher, but the good Lord gave me an epiphany moment right then. He says, no shit. I went over to the bartender. I said, from now on, I just drink Diet Pepsi. No more Jack Daniels. And she leaned across the bar to me, and I will never forget it. She says, thank you. And that's when I knew, hey, the problem's got to be whooped, and the way you whoop it is you quit doing it. You know. Now, talking, I have not got a cure for that.
Guy, your talking is incessive, absolutely incessive. So, tell me more about your vice addictions. Cocaine. The problem. Here's what happened. Give me more of those stories.
A year ago in July, I was heavy set. I've lost about 30 pounds, but I was eating. All the stuff that mom says is bad for you to eat, like don't eat too much ice cream, don't eat donuts, cake, and all that stuff. I was eating to excess. Everything was excess. I was eating after 8 o'clock at night. I'd be watching TV. Hey, I better get a bowl of ice cream. This show won't be any good if I'm not eating, right? So I'd go get some food, right? So I was fat boy.
Okay.
Yeah. You didn't look too. You look pretty.
A year ago, July. Yeah, I look good now, Adam, but back then I was fat.
You are looking good, dude. How do you maintain those good looks at your age? What do you contribute those good looks towards?
Good genes. I have good parents.
No medication?
So the medication came about as a result of a year ago, July, I had 2 major strokes, knocked you to your knees. When you have a stroke, you feel like you're losing. You feel like you're losing your balance,
right?
And you start
feel
falling
faint
over.
And dizzy. Yeah.
And then you talk like the town drunk. You're thinking in your brain, "Hi, Christy, how are you today?" But it comes out like Foster Brooks, like a real drunk person would sound, and you can't control it. You can't get it back. So what happens is they explain it to me is that the flow of blood to your brain that goes up, there's 2 veins in the back of your neck that are going up, and they quit working. It's just, I just saw the subject, story time with a guy. That could be a compliment or it could be a warning. Could be a warning. Could be danger, Will Robinson, don't do this.
Guy, your stories are fantastic. I'm fascinated by your life. And the more you can share with us, the better. So please keep going.
You need to write a book, Guy.
Yeah, have you got an e-book available for $3.99?
Tomorrow.
Tomorrow, okay. I'll sign up for it. It sounds like you're spitting gold right there. I'll pay for that.
It's not in my plan, so I can't really promise that. But I may have to add that to the list. I have to
stop talking and start typing.
I'll definitely buy your book.
Oh, you can't hear me.
I'll buy it. You'll make money. Everybody here wants to hear your story.
I'll share it with every single person that I know.
I would as well. Guy, you've got to write an e-book or an audio book, and a 3-day audio book would be perfect right now.
Okay.
I replied.
You did a
even my dog likes his stories.
What kind of dog is that? Is he?
He's a little Jack Russell.
I got a question for you.
He looks like a Jack Russell.
Question number 4.
Sausage dog.
Jack Russell. That's what he's part of that.
Jack Russell sausage dog. Or is he a Jack Russell corgi mix? Because he almost looks like a corgi.
He does have a corgi face, kind of.
He's just
purebred Jack Russell.
Really?
Oh, yeah.